The Apple Watch Series 10 just got a big update, but something strange also happened, and that was Apple's decision not to upgrade the Apple Watch Ultra 2 and the Apple Watch SE. And with the Apple Watch SE still in the lineup at a very attractive $250 price point, is it still a good option compared to what seems to be a vastly upgraded Apple Watch Series 10? Well, believe it or not, there's still some reasons to go for the SE over the Series 10, and one of those may end up being a really big reason for most people. Or a small one. So first, let me cover what you're getting with the Apple Watch Series 10 over the SE. First of all, you are getting a new design that is thinner than the current Apple Watch SE. Now, while the new Apple Watch Series 10 is thinner, it is only 1mm thinner, so I don't know how much in day-to-day use you'll really notice that. The Series 10 also now gets a much larger display, even though the casing size says 46mm and 42mm, the display itself is quite a bit bigger. Compared to the 44mm SE, the 46mm Apple Watch has a 1220 square millimeter display, while the SE has a 977 square millimeter area, even smaller than the 42mm Series 10, which has a bigger display than the 44mm Apple Watch SE. However, this can be a pro or a con the way you look at it, because take a look at Apple Watch Series 10 right next to an Apple Watch Ultra, and you can notice that it is noticeably larger than the Ultra, which many people already consider to be too big for their own personal taste. So if you are someone that prefers a smaller watch, well, the SE, either in the 44 or 40mm size, is going to be smaller than any of these new Apple Watch Series 10s, and that 40mm is going to be smaller by a very noticeable amount. But this is personal preference. Some people will want and benefit from a larger display so they can see more information, get more information-dense watch faces, and use exclusive features like the built-in keyboard. In addition to having a larger display, the Series 10 also has a more advanced display. It's 1000 nits brighter than the Apple Watch SE and has an always-on display that can constantly display your watch face, while the SE's watch face will turn off automatically when you aren't raising your wrist. Now, both the Apple Watch Series 10 and SE are both made from aluminum, and they both have a silver color. However, they both also have exclusive colors. The Series 10 has a new rose gold color, while the SE has starlight, and the Series 10 also gets a new jet black color, which looks super shiny and glossy. And while this new jet black color looks great on paper, it also might be a bad choice if you're someone that likes a darker Apple Watch color, but you can't stand scratches. Apple has already tried this jet black finish on the iPhone 7, and it was notorious for scratching very easily. So the better color choice for most users might actually be the old midnight color on the Apple Watch SE, which still has a very dark appearance and won't show scratches as easily. Speaking of scratches, if you are really scratch adverse, the Series 10 also has an optional titanium version that comes with a sapphire crystal display that is very scratch resistant when you compare it to the glass displays on the aluminum version, which are more prone to showing some minor cosmetic scratches. However, that titanium version starts at $700, so I don't think the people in the market for an SE are really looking at that watch. Now, besides the design, the real main difference with the SE and the Series 10 comes down to their hardware. One small change on the Series 10 is that it can now play music and podcasts through its inbuilt speaker, while the Apple Watch SE cannot. But the main notable difference between the SE and the Series 10 are the health features, but also maybe not as many health features as there were in the past. These health features include things like a built-in electrocardiogram that can detect atrial fibrillation. The Series 10 also has a body temperature sensor that can measure ovulation or your body's temperature, provided you wear it while you are sleep tracking. And speaking of sleep tracking, the Series 10 will also now be able to check for sleep apnea. However, the Series 10 does not have a blood oxygen sensor enabled on it right now, which was on older Apple Watch models. This is due to a lawsuit, so while that is missing on the SE as well, that never had that feature, right? That is one less health sensor on the Series 10 as an advantage. So I guess you can look at it that way. Now, the SE does have some other helpful health features though, like activity tracking and high and low heart rate notifications, as well as some other useful features like fall and crash detection and emergency SOS calls. The added health features on the Series 10 may be worth it to you, but chances are if you don't have any of those health conditions mentioned above, there's a good chance these sensors will not play a major role in your day-to-day use of the watch, and hopefully you never need to use them anyway. I'm grateful that for the most part that I've been owning an Apple Watch, I guess I've really never had to use these advanced health sensors either, but maybe that sleep apnea one. I'm thinking that one might prove to be useful for me. Now, the SE is also a little weaker than the Apple Watch Series 10. It is one chip generation behind it in performance, but still, the SE, it's a very responsive Apple Watch, and performance in the Apple Watch isn't as important as it is on other devices. Apps still open quickly and the interface is still smooth. There's also some other additions on the Series 10 though, like a new depth gauge and a water temperature sensor. But the SE and the Series 10 are both rated for the same 50 meters of water resistance, and both are swim proof if you want to bring them into the pool. And despite the Series 10 being a larger watch, both the SE and the Series 10 have the same 18 hours of battery life, and you can enable a low power mode on both watches to get up to 36 hours of battery life. However, the Series 10 can charge faster, up to 80% in just 30 minutes of charging. All right, listen, the real reason why you're deciding between these watches really comes down to the price. I know that's the reason, right? If these were the same price, you'd obviously pick up a Series 10. At $400, it is a really good choice this year. And it has a lot of compelling upgrades that make it an even better watch than even like a really expensive watch like the Apple Watch Ultra. Now, yes, the SE is a cheaper watch at $250, and one hidden benefit of the SE is that if you want to get an Apple Watch with a constant cellular connection, the upgrade to a cellular Apple Watch SE is only $50 more, whereas on the Series 10, it's an additional $100 for that upgrade. Still, I would not recommend buying an Apple Watch SE from Apple's website or the Apple Store directly. Don't forget, this is an older Apple Watch that has been on the market for 2 years now, and if you're in the market for a cheaper Apple Watch SE, my advice is to buy it at a third-party site like Amazon or Best Buy, where you can find a better deal on these models. For reference, right now on Amazon, I can see the SE listed for $189, and I think for around that price point, it's a good starter Apple Watch. I really recommend the SE, especially for first-time Apple Watch buyers, to see if they like the Apple Watch experience. Or I recommend the SE a lot to parents looking to buy it for younger kids, especially if they want to use one with a cellular connection so they can monitor where their children are. If you're buying full price though, I think it is worth spending the extra $150 for most people on the Series 10, especially if you can make use of that larger display, the additional health features, or you just want the most current up-to-date Apple Watch model. All right, I hope that helped you out in making a purchasing decision between the Apple Watch Series 10 and the Apple Watch SE. If it did, please help the channel out by leaving a like. If you want to see more, make sure you're subscribed. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.